Team Fortress 2 is a game that existed for more than a decade. In its lifetime, it's already saw and it will probably see many more things. It saw some economic crisis with the crate, some cheaters wave like the LMO box in 2016, and recently the bot crisis. With all of that, Team Fortress is a game that has a lot of history. But today we're here to discuss about the toxicity in Team Fortress 2. Toxicity has always been a thing in multiplayer games. It always existed and it will always exist. You could be toxic in some MMORPG because some players stomp you in some arena mode, or in gacha game because someone put a lot of money to get better with better characters than you. Since tf2 does not have all of those mechanics improved by money, why should player be toxic? The easiest answer will be the type of gameplay of the person, the class, and some weapons used. You see, in my 4K plus hours in tf2, I spent at least half of them on two things: a map infested by bots, cheaters, and cocky players. And I have to say this straight, tf2, despite being an amazing community, is also a very toxic one. If you are bad at the game, people will make fun of it, and that's what led to my next point: tf2 have a toxic community. I don't say that to put a judgment on tf2 community, because I'm a part of it and sometimes it can happen to me too to be toxic if I encounter a cheater or a team who keep a bot. Mostly because that ruins the fun for others. But when I say a toxic community, it's mostly because tf2 is the only game where I saw people getting angry toward another person's hobbies, or sexual orientations, or even belief. My question for this person is, why attacking someone on what this person enjoys? If the person enjoys playing the game as a trader, why start reproaching him for this? Same goes for the friendlies. If a server is full of friendlies, why you should get agitated towards them? You can just freak you. Again, I'm not fully white when I say this because I would be the first to be agitated if my team wasn't defending the intel, for example. And obviously some weapons annoy me too, like the Force of Nature for the schools, for example. I deep size this weapon, but my knowledge is take a lot of skills to use it. It leads us to the class who annoy people. Let's take the pyro and the sniper as an example of class who annoy people and makes them become toxic. For the sniper, it will be because he body shot, because of the second scope, or even some fully charged machine shots. Why should you start getting mad at this person? Because they outsmart you? Because you took the risk and didn't achieve the reward? Then why not trying to play more carefully and find a strategy to counter them? Like switching your spot, or having a medic on you. For the pyro, it's the same. Usually you will see people called WM1, M2 spammer, or Scotch 8 user. So, it's the same people who will say pyro is for noobs. To those people I have a question. How do you accept a pyro to deal damage if it don't use his M1? Do you also think if he's skilled enough to M2, he won't do it if you use a projectile class? And again, if he uses the Scotch shot, it means he can't air blast and is in a weak spot. So unless you run as a Demon Knight, in that case, you're the one to blame to use a step class versus a pyro who directly counter you, you should be able to kill him. Just play carefully, don't rush alone since Team Fortress has the tab team in it for strict reason, teamwork. Because of all of this, of all of that judgment on people put on the players, some toxicity usually used to compensate a skill difference. Some people can't stand the fact that there is some better players than them, so they will insult the number of hours spent on video game, their level on the class, their reflex, and then it will come to personal insults like the power, the orientation, etc. To those people, I just want to ask, what does it give you to be toxic? To be hated by the community and to show to people that you're not fully smart in your way of acting? Do you have pleasure and the audacity to try to denigrate others for your well-being? Is it fun? Is it enjoyable? Because, to be honest, you will always find someone better than you in the video game. So, to those people I just want to say, losing is fine. Being bad sometimes is fine, and you don't have to insult others for that. To go more deep into this video, I could have focused on content creators, on people who create drama recently, but that wasn't the point. I wanted to focus on the average casual player and on his toxicity, because he will be the one who will encounter the most, and not the average big YouTuber who creates some drama. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I see you in the next one.